ready to go green from Nashville Super Speedway. It's not a super speedway, but we're still racing at it and calling it that anyways here. Now, 94 laps coming to you. Ross Chastain, Christopher Bell, the front row. We are racing in Nashville. Stages 25, 25, 44 laps as they head down into turn 1 here. Now, we've come here twice in the past. Usually not the craziest race Nashville is. We have the AI rating quite high this time around, but Jay heading down this back straightaway. Ross Chastain on pole position. He's been on a bit of a tear lately, of course, now working his way up the standings and 2 wins in just the last 5 weeks here on the schedule, but we've seen so many different winners. Only 3 drivers are in on points. Christopher Bell, who's in the top 10 in the standings, or P11, out of the playoffs because of that, could sure use a win here tonight.
Yeah, a couple of Joe Gibbs drivers outside the playoffs right now, Gary. Well inside on points, but outside because of all these winners, and they have not gotten a win yet. Christopher Bell and Martin Truex being those 2 drivers. Hamlin, the last one in the playoffs currently. And then obviously Ty Gibbs also not going to win as well yet. So all 4 Joe Gibbs drivers currently outside the playoffs, Gary. But if we didn't have all these winners, they'd have 3 cars in.
And of course, last week we saw Kyle Busch hold off Ross Chastain.
He's been holding on really well and actually might be passing. He's not cleared just yet. Now he is clear. And up on the outside line, Christopher Bell passes Ross Chastain.
Regular season is still, well, you could say far from over. We have Nashville, of course, here today. But after that, we still have the Chicago Street Course next week, Jay, which who knows what that's going to be like. It's a race of survival. Here down this backstretch now. Elliott gets past both him and Truex, so that 9 car on the move. And we talk about Elliott. I mean, if he does go winless all regular season long, as they are really going out of here 3 wide on the exit of turn 4. But Jay, if there's a world where Elliott goes winless, he's got to rely on that regular season championship, and he's battling with it with his teammate of Kyle Larson right now. Stage, and it's been, yeah, look at that 16 way out of the groove there. Certainly that 16 looking for some adjustment. It looks like, Jay, that 16 is just really plowing on the exit of these corners right now. As in the background, you can see that Larson actually, Jay, coming back a little bit here, he's going to overtake Chase Elliott, and it looks like both of these guys have been reeling in that 4, but we're starting to see some cars really push on the exit of these corners.
Yeah, right there. That's Kyle Larson did that. He was able to get past Chase Elliott, but might have hit the corner a little bit too hard, got tied on the exit of 4, and allowed Elliott to battle back to the inside. The 5 and the 9, Gary, they are not giving up on each other right now. They have battled with each other a lot this season and doing it once again here tonight. I think Larson has the advantage right now. You can see on the high line right there.
On Kyle Busch going for an overtake here. We saw him and Chastain last race. Sonoma going at it for the win. Close there to the wall, and look at that 20. He's just able to keep that car planted around the top.
Run.
He might clear him.
Not able to get that. Oh, sorry, not able to get that much of a run in 3 and 4, but in 1 and 2, got a huge run right there. Not clear just quite yet. Now he is. Kyle Larson is going to do everything he can. And speaking of doing everything he can, Christopher Bell coming off turn 4, going to win stage number 1, Gary. That's huge for that 20 car. Needs every single point he can get with Hamlin struggling. Finally gets a stage win. Finally puts that 20 car where he needs to be. Just needs to hold on until the end of the race.
You want to win the race out of the pit lane, and, well, oh, he checks out, but he's going to get it. Oh, here comes Logano.
Wow, Chastain. Oh! That Chastain is getting destroyed in the pit lane.
Wow, terrible.
But I think Logano, Gary, somehow might have just nipped that lead from Bell. I believe he might have. I don't know how Logano was able to go so fast.
Going back green, Corey LaJoie out in front, never pitted. He cannot go far. He's going to have to pit within about 2 to 3 laps. The caution might allow him to go an extra lap or 2, so maybe he could stretch it to 5. But, Jay, we're going to see the tire difference at least there.
Oh, that's a big stack up to the inside line. That's almost like a lap car with no horsepower right there. And for some reason, Chase Elliott not able to get by on the high side. That's going to allow Bell and Larson to pull away here. There
he's pitting.
7 to the pit now, I think. And that's
no, he's not.
No, he's just that slow. And then, oh, goodness gracious. We got 3 wide going on here. We might see our first crash of the night in a moment. I just see him waving the yellow flag. I did caution out.
Caution, caution, caution is out. Bubba Wallace. Big damage there. Justin Haley as well. Harrison Burton. I was going to point out as well, Martin Truex Jr. What happened to him under the pit stops? He is far, far behind. Take a look. Watch Ryan Preece dive it up the inside. Bubba Wallace going for the hole. Preece going for the same piece of real estate. They're going to wreck each other right there. Haley nowhere to go. Burton as well involved. The caution's going to fly. You see the 51 of J.J. Haley as well get a piece of it. This caution flies in Nashville. Out of turn 4 down this front straightaway, Joey Logano continues to lead. We saw Logano, McDowell, and Gibbs stay out on track while everybody else actually came back into the pits here, and you can see them battling it out 3 wide for second place here. Jay, that 34 McDowell, he's got to be thinking points racing at this point, which is maybe why he stayed out on the track, because he knows with the different winners we're seeing, it's so crucial to get these points now. And Denny Hamlin, though, who he's going to be battling potentially with, is right there in front of him, moving forward onto the back of the 22.
That's allowing a whole bunch of hungry drivers behind him. Speaking of hungry drivers, there's Chastain, 2 rough pit stops in a row. Inside of 3 wide now. Harvick also with a rough pit stop. Put a lot of our runners towards the back of this field, Gary, or at least further back in this field than they were before.
So Truex and Chastain have been the biggest losers, and
well, 14 just slapped the wall.
Briscoe's just doing Briscoe things. Truex is getting turned through the. Oh my goodness, what has happened? Caution's gonna fly. Chastain, or not Chastain. Oh my God, Bubba Wallace. I thought he was about to kill some people. Watch Briscoe in the wall. You're gonna see the 15 try to avoid him out of turn 4. That brings them together with the 41. Truex turns in the background, and these two, of course, coming together. Martin Truex Jr. barely avoids major contact. Watch Bubba Wallace coming through here. Really close there. Christopher Bell all the way back through to the 10 of Almirola stayed out. Logano on back came in for tires. We only have 7 laps of racing left in stage 2. It's been a bit of a caution-littered second stage, and of course, only 25 laps in the stage, so 2 cautions takes up a good chunk of time. But Jay, will those tires make a difference for a guy like Logano, who is leading at the time of the caution? I don't think he's going to have enough time to move his way back forward here, and we know, likely, in 7 laps time, everybody's going to come into the pit, so maybe a bit of a baffling call.
Yeah, Logano for sure. It might be the only one that can make his way forward. The McDowell and Ty Gibbs mired much further back, but up here at the front, 3 wide, Suarez, Reddick, and Cindric up on the top right there. And actually, Suarez backs out of it a little bit
into the wall.
Cindric might have just had a little bit of contact with the wall, not too much. There's the one of Chastain, Gary, making
on
his
the
way
move.
forward. Obviously, this one car is pretty darn quick, but
try to get some track position there.
Truex has to.
Yeah, he's not been going forward. There we go. We got more 3 wide. Reddick's getting just swept up here. Chastain's gotten through this mess now, but 3 wide. Cindric on the inside, Reddick middle, Elliott outside, clear of the 45, so he's 2 wide as they head down into turn number 3. We're coming to only 2 to go in the stage. Suarez now way up the track. We saw things like this cause a crash earlier.
Yeah, this 2 car, Cindric, all of a sudden, I thought he had really good pace, but look at him holding up that line massively on the inside right there.
Oh, man.
He picks up big, right with his teammate on the bumper of him. Logano trying everything he can, Gary. Just a couple laps to go on this stage.
It's the same stage winner we're about to have back-to-back. It's Christopher Bell coming through to cross the stripe to win stage number 2. What a battle. To end the stage, Cindric, I don't even think got a stage point there, as he was up towards the top 5 like 2 laps ago, and yeah, he does not get a single stage point. Jay, that 2 car, I think it was one of the cars that stayed out, but obviously there's a big difference there. We saw cars stay out and finish in the top 3.
So far, about as good as it can
go. Oh my.
Luck go his way there in stage 2. We have strategies going on here. Logano and Hamlin, who pitted on our last caution, deciding to stay out. McDowell staying out as well. So is Ty Gibbs.
1 stage remains. It's 40 laps to go. 1 pit stop necessary. A great launch right off the bat from Denny Hamlin, who of course wants to make it easy into the playoffs and win his way in. Logano already locked in, but Denny Hamlin, like I said, we're used to seeing him win 2 to 3 races by this point in the season. Oh, they're going at it already on the exit of turn 2.
3 wide for 3rd place right there. McDowell, needing good points, going to do everything he can to try and hold on to every position possible. Tire strategy going on, Gary. There's guys who stayed out. There's guys who took 2 tires. I think you can see more on the bottom. Oh, Larson in the wall. Teammates there together.
3 of them.
Push. It's spun. 3 teammates all there together. More contact, more calamity going on. Everybody continuing to crash. Truex involved in that as well. Suarez. Oh my God.
How did he not get plowed? That 99 just about got T-boned by 4 or 5 cars and somehow not a single one hit him. Watch Kyle Larson, way out of the groove. 2-tire call, maybe not worth it in the outside wall. Bowman, Byron, make contact there. Kyle Busch gets turned all around, and they start crashing all over the place. Watch the 99 and the 47 come together, crashing everywhere down the front straightaway. Almirola, Martin Truex Jr., of course, in the playoff bubble area, which is surprising to say for a top 10 driver in the standings, and damage done to that rear end of the 19 as, wow, the caution flies again. Going back green here, Ryan Blaney, Noah Gragson now out in front after we saw more cars stay out, more cars pit at the same time. Blaney, Gragson lead the way into turn 1. We still cannot make it on field from this point on, so a pit stop still necessary. We got some slower cars up in the mix now, of course, some curveball names, and Jay, it's about to get interesting. Christopher Bell, who's been the favorite all night, does not want to waste time.
Bell gonna force it the moment he can. It does right there. It takes the 3
Oh,
wide with the
jeez.
42 and the 7 who almost make contact. LaJoy sent it right there. You can tell.
Oh, no.
Now Gregson in the wall, gonna spin himself, saved himself.
Wow.
Chase Elliott contact. I think
We're good.
escape away there with no damages.
We got lucky on that one. Oh,
Yeah, I think that he got the least damage there. You can see.
Oh.
Was that, that's Denny Hamlin, final playoff driver coming down from the pit lane. That's gonna really screw
oh my
this race,
God.
Gary.
Now, hold on. 33 laps, there is a world where he could maybe make it on feel, and it wouldn't be the end of the world for him, but we'll obviously have to just pay attention and see what goes on there. But if he cannot make it and has to pit again, oh, there's definitely fresh tires on that car for sure, so we'll have to wait and see, but that could be big for Denny Hamlin's season. However, Jay, Bell to the lead, but at the same time, Hamlin, if Bell wins, well, that knocks Truex and Hamlin into a position where they have to beat McDowell on points. But if Bell doesn't win, I think, oh my goodness, Chastain's moving his way forward as well.
I was wrong about Bell. Bell is 60 points back on Hamlin.
Oh, okay.
Hamlin right now really trying to salvage everything he can against McDowell, but obviously Bell having a really good race right now. If things finish the way they are, he will cut a significant gap into the gap between him and Hamlin.
As now the battle for the lead heats up. Bell on the outside. We saw this earlier. Chastain trying to make the pass on the inside towards the end of stage 1. Couldn't complete the pass, and Bell was able to hang on to the stage win. Jay, clearly Bell learned something and is going to apply the exact same tactic here on Chastain again, this time on older tires.
That time, though.
Hey, you don't want to see this. 2 lap cars occupying both lanes.
While they're battling for third place, one car on fresher tires. Kozlowski's been working at this so hard lately. The 23, I would say maybe the best would be behind. Actually, Chase Elliott, if he can squeeze to the middle here, or Kozlowski go on the high side, or both do something, Logano is going to certainly be the one held up the most.
Oh,
Kozlowski got a huge run, had to check up. Goodness gracious, these lap cars, I think the 6 might now be thanking them, because look at that.
He's gone. See ya.
Perfect in the picture now. Kozlowski up in a third easily by himself. These two still holding up all these other 3 guys.
Where do you go?
This is a mess.
There goes Logano.
Got to the inside right there. There goes the 22.
There you go, Joey Logano.
Might be the biggest loser here.
Oh, 100%. That 9 car is going nowhere. Bubba over here trying to cut off the 14 into
here
turn
comes
3.
Tyler Reddick as well.
Yes, that 14 creeping up into the mix. Chastain on the timings. Bell's in. Bell's into the pits. That's early. Earlier. No, actually, it's about on time. Yep, that belt 13 laps to go. So Bell's in.
And that's a good call.
That forces Chastain's hand, Jay. You have to pit this lap, otherwise, I mean, we've seen the tire advantage, and Chastain needs to pit this lap if he's going to have a shot to win this race.
Forces everybody's hand. He goes into the pit lane early. Doesn't allow anybody to get the undercut on them. And right there, Chastain staying out. Kozlowski might be staying out. I think everybody, even on older tires, because there's no traffic in front of him. Chastain coming to the pit lane now pretty quickly.
Chastain beat the 20 car out.
Wait a minute. Chastain beat the 20. Yeah, hold on now. We just hyped that up for Chastain to be not well ahead, but definitely ahead of the car. Might have been held up by traffic pretty bad. Chastain just off the pit lane, not as quick.
Tires.
And the 20 car gets right back by him.
Okay, so Bell, but I mean, keep in mind, Jay, those tires are warming up on the 1. They're still fresher than the 20, so there's still potential here.
He's on the high side, which in 1 and 2 gives you a good advantage. You see the run, he gets on the 5-car Larson right there.
Interesting here.
I think that 20 car is going to definitely catch him. Will he be able to pass him, though, is the question. We're coming around this time.
A straightaway.
Yeah, it's close. It was 4 seconds that time of the cross. Like 3.5,
He's pitting.
Oh, Hamlin's pitting. Well, there goes that.
Throw that out the window. Christopher Bell is looking pretty darn good right now. Everybody's begging for a caution. We've been using this Better Cautions mod. Yeah, he would love a caution right now. We've been using this Better Cautions mod, which allows us to have overtime if necessary. But surprisingly, usually when we haven't used the mod, we wish we had the mod for overtime. Now that we've been using it for over a month, we haven't needed overtime. Traffic 3 laps ago. Chastain's closing less than 0.3 of a second, and they're going to deal with the 16, potentially the 19, and the 15 before it's over. But it's about to kick off here, I think, with 2 laps to go here. Nashville to 20.
Slowing.
Oh my goodness. Christopher Bell with problems. Chastain in the lead.
Is saved.
Oh my goodness. Toyota is going to have to wait another week. It's the white flag for Ross Chastain as he leads the way down into turn 1. He had 0 wins in the first quarter of the season. He's about to go 3 of the last, I think, 6 or so. As he kicked it off with winning the Coke 600. He won another one, I think, Gateway it was. And now, here he is, Jay, in position to go and get a 3rd win as he continues on his summer tear.
Chastain been the hottest driver in the Cup Series the last month or so. Gonna continue that this week. He comes off turn 4, gets lucky with Bell having issues. Chastain gets another win on the season here. I believe he is now the most winningest driver on the season. Ross Chastain is on fire lately and able to pull off victory lane once again here tonight in Nashville. It puts Keselowski in second as well. What a fantastic run for that 6 car. Michael McDowell with the top 5 of 34 this season, still holding on to his playoff spot by points. A really nice job on strategy by the 34 tonight. Not there on pace, but they had a really good strategy to put him inside that top 5.
And I'm tired of it. Anyways, the rest of the drivers crossed the line. Christopher Bell, of course, a story on him. He was about to get Toyota's first win of the year and lock himself into the playoffs. Instead, 29th place,